Hey, today we're at Lazydays in Nashville, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We're beginning our RV shopping. As you guys know, we've sold our Nautica, but we're looking at some Super Cs and some Class A's. We'll kind of give you little bits and pieces of what we like about them. Currently standing in front of what might be the one, maybe.
We're at Lazydays this morning in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We're gonna check out some Class A diesel pushers and hopefully some Super Cs. Just kind of get maybe a little better idea of what it is we're after. But it's a beautiful sunny Saturday and that's what we're doing today. Our trip to Lazydays in Murfreesboro, Tennessee was successful in the sense that it was productive because I feel like we really narrowed down what it is we're looking for.
No, I agree. I think when we were driving down, we were kind of talking about we didn't want it to be like this all day event of looking at stuff that we didn't want to really consider. So on the way down, we're like, you know what, let's just get off the list what we want off the list. And so, and you know, for us, for the fifth wheel or like a big travel trailer or something, it just, for the way we like to travel and camp, it just wasn't what we're looking for.
Yeah, we had the conversation on the way down. It's like, okay, I think we are pretty much ruling out fifth wheels for several different reasons. We've had fifth wheels before. You didn't get to see those because that was before we started our YouTubing. But we've had a Class A gas and we've had a diesel pusher.
And then we had that conversation coming down. It's like, all right, so are we really interested in the Class A gas?
Yeah.
And I think the price of the Class A gas is intriguing. But for me, and I do most of the driving, so when I look at unless you order one with liquid springs on it, which is, I haven't driven one with that, but it's supposed to be really awesome. But when you look at what it costs to add that to it, or you look at what it, you buy one and then you add the Coney shocks and the heavier sway bars and the steering dampeners and all that other stuff, I'm like, you're spending all this money to make it drive as much like a diesel pusher.
Well, you don't have to do those things.
Right, but if you travel like we like to travel, and if you go across, 80 or 40 or whatever, and you're hitting that wind and you're fighting the camper the whole way there, I mean, it wears you out driving it.
Once you get to that diesel pusher, I just feel like it's very difficult to go backwards to the gas engine, and so for those reasons, we feel like we are narrowing it down. The fifth wheels, I think, are out for us, reasons that we could go on about, but I think a big one for me is we don't necessarily need a truck, even though Jarrett would like to have a truck.
Right.
We don't need one. And we don't have little kids. We don't full time. We don't need all of that storage space and space that the fifth wheel offers. And now that we've had a Class A before, we really like pooling a smaller car. Because we can just kind of bebop around town. It's much easier than taking your truck.
And so then, and so that being said, we're kind of like, all right, so, let's look at some Class A's.
Because we're going to still consider them.
The Coachman Sports Coach. Loving all that storage. And I'm loving these colors. Nice and light, but leather and cleanable. Couch here is nicely situated across from the TV. That's cool. And then I am loving this farmhouse sink. I'm stuck on my induction oven, so I'm not sure about this gas. but it's not a deal breaker. It does have plenty of pantry.
Just don't know where the slide button.
That's plenty. I like how this door opens too. It's kind of like a little swivel deal. Pushes in a bit.
The $1 million question.
Bathroom's fine. No seat in the shower. Rock on. We've seen videos of these before where this looked tight, but now that I'm in it, that's enough space. I can hook up my laptop there. A little bit of storage there. That makes a perfect extra pantry. And I like that you can get around the bed on both sides. Plenty of storage there. TV is nicely enclosed in that little fixture. And then, I'm loving this. Hanging space goes all the way through. And then you've got the option for the washer dryer combo, which we don't always need, but I do miss having the dryer for wet towels and suits and stuff. I don't mind using the laundromat. What do you think of this one, Jarrett?
It's an entry-level pusher, so I think it's nice, and I would be tickled to have it. Tons of storage. The prices, I mean, $214 for a brand new diesel pusher. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm digging the price. It's fine.
And it has soft close drawers and the gas. And this is, you know, I know you like your induction.
What were you gonna say about what? The bathroom?
The bathroom's not bad. And then
I'm loving that closet and the washer dryer, like kind of back out of the way. It doesn't take up from any closet space.
I'm gonna look around outside. And so we're not trying to bother Johnny, but Johnny's our salesman, super nice guy. So if you're looking for a camper and you're in the Nashville area, come see Johnny.
Come see Johnny. See that come down. Another thing we love that the Nautica did not provide was this mid-entry door, and now the bed's not in the way of the door. Love this.
They say with having the slats and the mattresses on top of the slats, but they're more comfortable.
There are slats on that?
Yeah, there's slats. So like the Nautica had that
I don't think I've seen that.
had the just kind of that flat hard board. And they say with the little planks like this, then you put your mattress on top of it. It's supposed to be more comfortable. I've never slept on it, so
I haven't either.
So it could be complete
Ask the
BS.
non-paying customers.
Right.
I like how this piece is angled toward the driver. Plenty of little cup holders here.
Man, that's quick stuff in the jump.
Look and see.
And then it does have a doggy door, daytime and nighttime for the front shade. That's something we haven't had before.
No pass-through storage on this one. Well, it's got
Some of the things that the
pass-through bay up here. You know, the def tank is on the wrong side.
Well, what makes it on the right side?
Well, if it's on the other side, on the passenger side, when you go to your truck islands, the def pump is always on the driver's side. There is not a def pump on the passenger side. Come on, Coachman.
interesting. I say we call up an engineer and fuss at him.
They won't care. So it has solar.
I say, who are you?
Why are you calling me? It does have solar
How
on
did
it.
you get this number? This is a 22.
Okay, it's probably why they cut it down so much. Are the bags aired up on this? Yeah, they're aired up actually. So it actually has a pretty clean wet bay. And the big reason, like our Georgetown gas, the gas is set up higher. And so when you hook your sewer hose up, it gives you the ability to run your water downhill.
That sounds good.
Well, when these things, you let the air out of them, you get them down low, and you drop your hose out of that hole right there. And what I found is you just don't get much slope. And you know, campgrounds are not always level.
Yeah.
So I think that this is the only price point, Class A in this price point, that gives you a slide out tray on the generator, which makes it a whole lot easier to service.
What do you think?
I think we have kind of landed on a Super C?
I think that's where we're at right now. And so Johnny, super cool guy, we were like real upfront with him, like, hey, this is where we've been, this is what we're looking for. We just need to see a couple, we need to get into a tighter lane of what we're looking for. And he let us do that and was super nice guy, real funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think he kind of helped us see that I think we're leaning toward a Super C.
Okay, this is a pre-owned Integra. Class C, Super C. Okay.
This is a used one. This is a used couch.
There's the cab. So different going down in there, isn't it? Okay. Oh, okay. This is the layout we usually love.
This is the same thing as the new one in Bowling Green we looked at.
And so this is Thor, correct?
Yeah.
And it's the same as the Jayco Seneca and the Precept, correct?
Yeah.
Pantry?
I think they had a cat or something this one.
Well, step out if you start itching.
Are you allergic to cats?
Yeah.
Very. Very. I can feel the dander in my eyes.
You don't have to stay long because we're familiar with this layout. I wish I had the couch though. I bet they changed it.
That makes it more appealing to you, right?
Right. This one suffer.
And then it has the little desk. Okay, yep, we're pretty familiar with this layout. I actually preferred the Precept better. It had more counter space. This is a no for me, but I do like the layout. So this is the Thor Inception. What year is this?
It's new.
I love the colors. Okay, the slides aren't out. We think it's a 23. Okay. Same layout basically as the other one with the chairs across the TV. That looks like a big
It's a massive up front bunk.
bunk. Yeah, like look at all the space and headspace it has. The window, that's cool.
That is very cool. This is a bunkhouse.
No farmhouse. Is that a double? I'm not a fan of doubles. Is it a whole bed? No, it's a double. And it's not induction. Ooh, thank you. Well, yeah, it is. It's an induction and a gas.
That's different.
Y'all want to make
Love
this slide
that.
go out? Would that be helpful?
That would be
Yeah.
tremendously helpful.
This blue light up here is cool. We're not going to make them pull out the slides because we already know we don't want the bunkhouse that's in the wall like that. And then, let me see though. Could you get to it while driving? Yes. And it doesn't do the angle thing, so that's cool. So the bathroom is a go for me, even though it has a seat. Because the shower points that way toward the seat. It's almost a no for me. I don't like the seats. The ledge is all you need. Don't need a seat. Unless you do the fold down seat. Totally different story. And then I mean the colors are great. This is nice, but the bunkhouse is not what we're looking for.
The reason I was asking about no air in the bags is because when you hook up your sewer hose on the other side, the Nautic is set really low when you aired out the tanks, and so hooking your sewer hose up, you gotta make your water run downhill. And when your camper sets really low, it's hard to get that first whoosh that you need to make sure you get all the solids out.
Ah, okay. Good story. This is the Thor Inception. I get confused on what's wind sensors. Okay, okay, yep. And it's got the one above the door. And mid-entry. Super C. Loving the colors. This one's supposed to be no bunk.
Oh, this kitchen. Oh, don't come in this one. You won't like it.
Huh?
You don't need to come in this one. You won't like it.
Okay.
Televator. That's nice.
Televator. all the head space above the bunk again. Wonder if it has those fancy blue lights. I love this material. What do you call this? It's like, I don't know. It's soft, but it...
You know, it reminds me of that couch that lady tried to get us to buy.
Oh, why is there two TVs? I've seen this before, and I'm like, why? Okay. Nice, nice. I'm ready to open the slides on this.
I like this wet bay. It's really simple. But one thing I do like as well is like where this is at when you pull your level. When you pull your black tank with all your solids, you want to get a good rush of stuff, so that it, you know, and with it being a little higher, it will go. I will say the Integras and the Senecas have the macerator, which is the grinder, which I don't know how I feel about those things, because like there's nothing to go wrong here. It's just a simple slide.
Knock on wood.
Well, right, but it's a simple slide, so there's less to go. Like with a grinder pump, it's pumps have moving parts fail. So, yeah.
Where's the def? Does it pass the located on the right side test?
Yes. So another thing like this, like I've noticed they're doing, and it's not just a sports coach, but I'm seeing where they put the def tank on the passenger side, and when you go into the truck stops, the def tank is, the dispenser thing is always on the driver's side. So here's your def tank here.
Alrighty. So it's on the left side, but it's actually the right side.
Well, it's on the correct side.
Exactly. Johnny went to get the keys. We're going to pull out the slides on this because this one will be worth pulling out for us. It seems to check a lot of our boxes, Jarrett.
It does.
I love the colors too. I'm a big fan of the black and the blue and the, you know, the striping on this.
This is a full wall slide. This thing's gonna be huge on the inside when you open it up.
Yeah, look at that slide. I really like the black and reds too. They're so sharp.
Ease of getting in or not. It's comfy. I really like how this sits. In the Class A's, of course, you get like the full view, but like when you shut the door, I feel like I'm in a truck. It's really comfortable. This sounds like a farm truck, Jared.
Right up my, I don't know, go back to my glory days. Got a place I can put a CB radio in, so I can be Super Trucker Jared. You gotta have one of those.
This is like Star Wars stuff right here. Doesn't it look like it's opening the window to the Falcon Millennium, whatever it's called? Millennial Falcon.
So one thing I do like about this is it has plenty of vents. The Jake, I don't know how the vacationers are, but
Slide is out.
you don't want me to buy a
coach
Jake,
is huge. That whole back end is a slide. We'll go back there, but it's got recliners across from the TV and the couch also. A super cozy dinette, but I never understand the second TV in the same room, but tiny little fireplace, but that's for, you know, looks and maybe a little bit of heat. If you're gonna add an extended counter, that is the way to do it. And it's a drawer.
Shut the front door.
And it also has the induction and the gas. Love the inductions. The only thing that doesn't check my box is this double sink. I'm pretty sad about it. I like a full farmhouse because it's just easier to do dishes.
It's plugged for. I guess that's where it goes. Yes, sir.
Let's see it up there. Oh my gosh. Yes to the counter space. Towel bar underneath. Nice. And a little tiny seat. Okay, but it's on the right side. Yes. Now you can actually stand here. Okay, I'm getting in. Yes. Now I have room to get showered and not have this thing in my feet because it's over there. Somebody did it right. Okay, they said this is a... Could put a washer dryer in here. Loving the shelving, loving the pull-out drawers. Okay, that's where your clothes bar is, and more shelving. Plenty of room to walk around the bed on both sides. Love the window. Doesn't feel like a dungeon. USB ports, windows on both sides. That is a nice morning breeze. Love, love, love. The only thing it's not really checking for me is that little tiny sink, and that's not even a problem. Because I'm not going to cook very much.
Oh yeah, this does this. That's good.
That looks cozy.
It's like driving a rider truck all over again.
I'm thinking you like the sound of this engine.
All right, Mr. Johnny, question for you.
If buyers climb up here as adults, but I just did, and I'm 5'5", and my daughter's what, an inch or two taller than me, our senior, and she would enjoy this.
And if you
so
close,
would
if you
live.
close the window, you get a little more speed, another couple inches, because that thing's about 1.5 inches thick.
Oh yeah, this, yeah. So this works. There's a ton of space, and now I know why there's a TV over there. I think it's for this person.
Could be.
Just that on the Super Cs like this, they're really simple to. They're not simple, but you can actually get the stuff where like the Nautica, everything was underneath. You either had to pull the floor up in the master bedroom, or you had to get to it from underneath. And this here, you can stand on the tire and the bumper and get to it.
We did not pick one up today, but I think we really like this one.
Yeah, I think we're close to picking up another camper. We have a couple of goals that we want to meet, and then I think once we meet those goals, then hey, we'll get back out on the road.
Yeah, plus we've told you guys before, like, there's so much this season. We've got a graduate, oh my gosh, and we just have so much coming up this summer that we wouldn't be able to use it right now anyway. So we've got some time, we've got some goals to meet, and we're just looking and having a good time looking. But I think we're on a track, even though this isn't where we wanted to be. Like, we thought we were going to downsize.
Well, she was like, we're getting a travel trailer. I'm like, you need to look at that before you commit to a travel trailer a little bit. And
I know. It's just the way we like to camp and the places we want to go to camp. I think we really like having the diesel.
yeah, and honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, we looked at the Thor Inception, and I wanted to, because I've known some people who've had some RVs and some different things, and they did not like their RVs. And then I had another guy that had an RV, and he loved his RV. So, we kind of like...
And we've never had one yet.
And so we were like, it's a Thor product. I've heard a lot of issues about them. And so we went look at this Inception, and I went into it with probably a bad attitude. And I actually come out of it, and I really liked the floor plan. And when I got to looking at how they kind of set some of their stuff up, and the fit and finish was actually pretty nice on that one. I was actually kind of impressed with it.
I was. It meets almost all of our boxes.
So what I liked about the Thor Inception, especially, is it has opposing wall slides. And so the one slide behind the door going into the camper is almost a full wall slide.
It's a big slide.
And then you have the bedroom slide, and then you have like the living room slide on the other. It almost feels like a Class A on the inside.
Yeah.
As far as space,
And then that bed above the driver's cab, like, it's huge. You guys saw me sit up in there.
having that bunk that's not in the middle of your camper, and then it being as big as it was. Valerie was setting up in there with room to spare, and then it has a huge window up front too.
Yeah, it was really nice. That was like the best view of the RV. Comment below if you've had a Thor, or what you think about them, or if you guys think we should look at something similar, because this one checks a lot of boxes for us.
Yeah, that's totally. If you got a Thor product, let us know what your experience has been with it, because I'm curious as well. So RVing is like how handy you are too, and how much you're willing to take on yourself. So, but I'm just curious. It's a Freightliner chassis, the Cummins engine, analysis transmission. So it's what they all are. So, so I'm just kind of curious, like, what your experience has been with them. Leave a comment below.
We'd love to hear your input.
Yeah, any feedback would be great. So.
We like, if we could compare, and if you've seen any of our Holiday Rambler Nautica videos, we loved that camper. But after having it and moving on to our next, there's some things that we wouldn't do again, which is the door up front in the way of the bunk. We'd like a mid-entry. Well, we don't need the bunks anymore, so we're not looking for a bunkhouse. And we have older teens, one that's only left in school, so it's just not something we need right now. I still love an induction stove. I don't remember the other thing that it was that we didn't like, because we loved so much about that RV. But I think we were looking for like
some sort of office space.
Yeah, a little
Just something that would
desk
work,
or something.
that we can make a makeshift out of. No, and honestly, what I like about this, going back to Super C, is you guys, if you watch a lot of our videos, know that I do a lot of my maintenance and stuff myself.
Mm-hmm.
And the serviceability of the Super Cs is just really appealing to me. I mean, it's for me, it's just a big deal. I can carry, you know, fuel filters and water separators and get to it without, you know.
I think you didn't love the front either, the way it lifted and you had to get in.
Yeah, I mean, for the generator was on the front of the Nautica, I would have to, like, honestly, I would just slide under it and then sit on my butt underneath the camper and try to work on it that way. That was the easiest way to get to it. And then the motor in the back, I mean, you either had to pull the floor up in the master bedroom to get to the top of the motor, or you had to climb underneath of it.
Yeah.
And this here, I can actually like get to it standing up. It's that's kind of cool. Ooh, Thor's. Good job on putting the air ride captain's chairs in it.
Yeah, I don't really know what that means. I haven't ridden in one yet, but I did feel how the air can shift your seat. That's kinda cool.
I've never understood why Super C that has air brakes and regular like truck seats in it don't have air ride seats. And I grew up on a farm, and you guys know this about me, but I've driven semis and stuff, and that's one of the things. I mean, you get that air ride seat dialed in just right,
Okay.
and it's just like butter going down the road.
All right. We'll see about it. It's on the list.
It's on the short list.
Well, we're going to keep looking. Again, that's it for this week, and we'll see you on our next adventure.
See you guys.
Good? Oh, I can't even see it. Why?
Because you didn't turn your head. Why'd you do that on purpose?
Oh. If you're looking for a good place to eat on the way back up I-65.
Or on the way down, depending on what time of day you're going. Or
Yeah. Whichever way you're going on I-65, we stopped near...
24.
Huh? 24?
24.
Do-over.
So if you're looking for a good place to eat near Lazydays, there's a nice place in Murfreesboro right off I-24. It's called Rock and Roll Sushi.
Rock and roll sushi.
Mm-hmm.
You know we like to eat out and eat good stuff, so when we stop and eat at a good place, we always like to tell you about it, because when you're traveling up the road and you don't want Wendy's or Taco Bell, there's always some other options.
We actually pulled in there, stopped at Penn Station, and they're like, hey, what's this? And then it turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, we were gonna go with Penn Station, but Rock and Roll Sushi was cool. Their sushi was like a little bit unique. They had some different stuff on there. Mine was like this tropical salsa stuff on it. It was good.
Yeah.
And yours had jalapenos and crab. And it was like lots of classic rock and roll. It was pretty loud, so we couldn't like talk about our camper adventure, but well, we couldn't even have a conversation.
Yeah, it was really loud.
It
It was really loud.
Yeah, but it was a cool place to go. So Rock and Roll Sushi.
Check it out.